Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life. Our opening segment and the thoughts from Coach brought to you by Dos Equis, the official import beer of OU Athletics. Go for Dos. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. 23-6, the final Saturday down in Dallas. Coach, you had a day now to look at the game film. Thoughts overall on the performance?
Yeah, well, again, just hurt for the players. I know how hard they worked and invested for the moment, and had our opportunities in the game, but we did made enough mistakes within the game to, all the little things are magnified tenfold when you play really good people, and you're in a game like that, which you look across the SEC, week in and week out, that's what it looks like. I thought we created a lot of momentum in the first half. I do feel like we missed some opportunities there to close out the second quarter to score in our last two drives. Third and 10 and on the second to last drive in plus territory, and we bobbled the snap, and it's a good snap, and we got them exactly what we want. We're in an empty set, and we have tremendous leverage. We're going to hit Sategna on a runner that likely scores. Certainly would put us inside the 10-yard line. So we missed that opportunity there, and we scramble, have to throw it away, and settle for a field goal there to put us up 6-3. And then the last drive, where we started with a little over four minutes to go, and did a really good job of bleeding the clock down, got under 2 minutes there, and we are around the 30-yard line, and we make a good positive play, and we made a critical mistake to sub with about 40 seconds to go in the half. We have one timeout, and as a result, they're allowed to slow sub. And now it gets down to 10 seconds. And so we wanted to throw the ball in the end zone, knowing that they're going to protect the sidelines in that situation, be a little more vulnerable in the middle of the field with their coverage. We had a really good play design out on an end over set to buy us some time, and run a little half roll throwback down the middle of the field. Their backside corner pushes and closes, starts to close. I don't think that John saw him, but so we throw the ball on the wrong side of the seam, and we had Burks open there. But that another critical mistake that took a little bit of, real momentum going into the locker room. Although
felt like a gut punch that going in and even coming out, it was hard to recover from.
Yeah, again, that's no excuse, because you got to be able to overcome those things. And but man, we had we had really good command. Although you want a bigger lead, you're playing a good team, and but we had really good command in the first half through all of the things that we didn't do right, and then come out in the second half, and I'm just watching it again. The first play of the second half, which was kind of us. Man, we had some moments. Yesterday where we were just absolutely fantastic. That's what the clinic clip play looks like. And then we had some moments where, man, we were out of character, and really kind of hurt some rhythm it's very real on game day. But the first play of that second half drive, we have a little zone blitz, cover 3 zone blitz, and they run a max protect, double curl. Man, we do a great job. Backers, safeties, reading it. The pressure's pretty good, and we get out. Pressure's really good, and they got a little flat route that is a check down release for him, and the quarterback's getting hit. Well, we have a zone dropper there. One of our defensive ends was zone drop, and he's supposed to eat him up. Don't do anything other. He's out there, I go get him. Don't let it ever be an option. And so make him throw it away, or we get the sack. And but we gave him a little bit of space. We just kind of drifted, very uncharacter of us. And we don't let him get away in practice. You've been at practice. We don't let him get away at practice. And we do next thing at 2nd and 8. So that's not a big play to some people, but that's the rhythm. We've been suffocating. And then last night, yesterday we weren't when we needed to be. And so for me, man, it cuts deep because, that 14 play, 7.5 minute drive, it's full of some amazing plays, some really good football plays of who we've been that has defined who we've been this season. And we did some things that were a little bit out of character. And you're playing good people that can execute as well. And so the offense comes out, and we go 3 and out, and we go right back out on defense, and we end up holding them to a field goal. But it was another 12-play, 65-yard drive that turns in, a field goal.
Defense is on the field the entire third quarter.
Yeah, to our own doing. And then on offense, okay, so it's fast forward here. It's 10 minutes to go in the game. It's 6-13, and we played some of the worst defense that we've played in the third quarter this season, and make you want to puke. But it's still 6-13, 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and we get a really good play on a little zone read keep. We get it down to the 14-yard line. And we call a holding call. I don't agree with. I'm very critical. I call it exactly how it is, and the guy was active and tries to pull away, and but it is what it is, and that's real. So don't make it close. Don't give him the opportunity. But it happened, and then so we end up throwing an interception on that drive, and they didn't score. And we were able to. They missed the field goal. And then we come right back, and we have another drive, a good positive drive going again, and then we get a holding call on a positive play where we really probably should have cut inside. We had leverage inside out, so the running back has got to stay inside, and we try to bounce it, and the defender pulls away, which was a good call, but we shouldn't have. The hole's inside, and we know that. And then we throw the ball backwards, and next thing you know, we lose 11 yards on that drive, and then we punt, and they return it, for a touchdown. And we got 2 plays that were two blocks on that punt return that are clear as day, textbook, what you can't do. And so we'll send them in, but we're playing for a field return, and they stay right up the sideline there. And now it's 6-20, with. Going into our next drive, and we missed some opportunities there, and just a game of, again, the margin is very, very small. Yeah. And in this league, and when you're playing good people, you miss some opportunities. They're hard to overcome, but you can. And that's my message to the teams, like, embrace the struggle of game day. There's going to be some missed opportunity. There's going to be moments where you want to puke because you missed this play, or you played like crap on that play. But you still, man, you just keep swinging. You got to continue to believe. You got to learn from it and move forward. And when you do, you give yourself a chance to win. A tight game. And that's what you, again. Hey, hats off to Texas. They figured it out when they were really struggling, and they just kept playing and again made the plays when they needed to. And we'll learn from it. Winning cures everything. Yeah. And you go on the road, and there won't be nothing easy about it, but you go get a win in South Carolina, man, you're right back where you want to be. And as I told the team, man, I don't love you any less. I don't believe in you any less. I know we're a good football team. I know the margin for error is very small, but this is a team that likes to compete, and this is a team that has very high standards, the incredible disappointment. And as I said, man, you point the thumb, not the finger. Everything starts with me, and I got to do a better job within the moment of helping our guys. And but missed a real opportunity there. And at the end of the day, I thought the third quarter was a big part of that.
Let's take a timeout. We'll take a deeper dive into the OU Texas game when we come back. Coming up, we'll take a look ahead as well at South Carolina. You're watching Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life. This week's game review is brought to you by Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of the Sooners.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. This segment brought to you by Groundworks, the preferred foundation repair company of the Sooners. We're talking about the game in Dallas on Saturday, 23-6, the final. Coach, obviously John Mateer was the conversation all week. Will he play? Won't he play? Can you tell us a little about that process? And then how did you feel like he did play on Saturday?
Yeah, starting on Tuesday, started into some, throwing the ball with the scout work and things of that nature. Never did any of the good on good all week, where the offense versus the defense, which you spend a few periods on Tuesday and Wednesday against each other, third downs, team, first and 10, red zone, things like that. So he never went against the defense, but got all the other snaps. And I think there was a progression to his throwing count starting on Monday to see how his hand would respond, and it responded well. Again, John's a really tough guy, as we know. So if there was some soreness and things like that, which was in the muscle, not apparently, according to John and the doctors, nothing from where the actual wound was and the break was, but the soreness was just in the the muscles within the finger and things like that. But again, seemed to hold up all day. I don't, John says that it was never an issue in the game and it felt fine. And I think the little scab on his hand was bleeding a little bit, but nothing was affected structurally at all. And but again, was there an opportunity to be a little bit out of rhythm? Maybe. He did a lot of really good things in that game. And again, you're playing a really good team and defense. You're one of the best defenses in college football. So it's going to be hard for any quarterback to play, amazing and air-free, So, but, man, you watched the first half, and I thought everybody around him played pretty good. Other than the first play, Kanik drops the first one right there in a little stick route, in tight coverage. But, man, our protection was good. And we targeted people well in the run game. We had enough time to throw the ball, and we had some really good play design. And we left points, as I said in the first segment, we left points, on the field. So that's always disappointing. But, man, I was really encouraged. I thought our perimeter blocking, which we've talked about, hasn't been what we need it to be, and it was better than it's been all year against good people. We covered people up, and and that was good. Again, for the most part, that was good all day. We had a jet sweep in the first half that we got to stay outside, and we try to cut up inside, and we had it all sealed off, inside out. But Mateer was good. He'll never make any excuses whatsoever. He's a tough guy, and he tries to carry the weight of everything, especially the bad, on his shoulders. But we got to do a better job as a team to help each side of the ball complement each other. And then again, that second half, there was a good part of it that particularly that third quarter, we weren't able to do that.
You felt like you came out of it okay, though?
Yeah.
Going forward should be good.
Yeah.
There was a day in college football where you lose one game, that's it.
Yeah.
You're out of the hunt. We're not in that world anymore, especially in the SEC. Yeah. The quicker a team can dust themselves off and get up and go. Well, look what Ohio State did last year to win the national championship. They lost to Michigan right at the end. What's the message to the team there as far as that goes? This is just one game.
Yeah, well, again, you learn a lot through, a loss and a failure. I think it's much easier to have, inwardly analyze, yourself. And so for us to get better, that, self-analysis and awareness, if you will, is incredibly important. It's incredibly important every single week, even through victory. It's harder to see, but I thought, again, the ownership in the locker room, the conversations and the words that were communicated from the players to the coaches and to each other, and then again back on the bus again one last time before we departed, late last night, and the things that I was able to hear through conversation about, hey, here's where we are, here's kind of what I saw after watching the video on the plane on the way home, and we had, like I said, we had some amazing moments of clean execution, physical dominance. It's about getting off of blocks and about tackling, and then, man, we had some other moments that were just, man, we left so much to be desired. And where we got satisfied within the moment, like everything's going to be easy, like this team's going to go away. And so hard lessons learned, but man, we do have great maturity I really believe, these players, several of them are already showed up here this morning, and they're hurt, but man, they're motivated, and fueled by, what this team can still, accomplish this season.
In a couple of minutes, you're still optimistic about that the offense can get going and that the run game specifically can kind of find it here in the second half of the season?
Yeah, and again, I know what the final stats say, but again, there's no, you can go back and if ands or buts about it, but we still have a chance to go win that game, and where can we be better? I think the majority, I think that maybe counted one statistically, a sack on a quarterback draw in the first half, but otherwise we don't give up any sacks in the first half. We lost some yardage on a couple of those plays that we talked about, the throw behind the line of scrimmage, and then we, late in the game when they had us pinned, and got to throw situations, they got after us and we lost some yards that way. But I thought there was some real efficiency that we had, and some material-wise we ran the ball, when we needed to. And again, we missed some opportunities throwing and scoring there right before half. We do enough to win the game against a really good team. And so, yeah, I'm very optimistic, without question, and still know it's going to be, there's a real challenge, sitting in front of us. But the idea is that we're constantly, improving, and it's always going to be incremental. It's not going to be every place. It's not going to ever be as good as you ever want it to be, but is it good enough to win? And that's my focus is, are we making the right kind of improvement, or what we emphasize in, is it showing up? And not all at once, certainly not, but I just got done talking, and those two ends, 40 and 1 from Texas, and again, we're going to see another one this week with Dylan Stewart. But man, we did a great job against them, and there's times that they won their matchup too. That's football. Mm-hmm. We're not going to win every matchup and every play, but do we do enough, in order to give ourselves a chance to win? And we certainly we did at times. So that's my focus, and really, again, believe in this team, and again, their willingness to, take responsibility where it lays, and certainly as a staff, as well, all of us together.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We're going to take Coach over to the telestrator when we come back and look at some of the biggest plays from OU Texas. You're watching Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Taco Mayo. Tap the app and save up to 25% today. Air Comfort Solutions. Your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. One Oklahoma. Powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan-fueled, athlete-focused. Coach Venables' Film Breakdown is brought to you by Community Coffee. Family-owned Community Coffee, the official brewed coffee of OU Athletics. Taste the difference family makes.
Welcome back to Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. It's telestration segment time now. This segment brought to you by Community Coffee, family-owned Community Coffee, the official brewed coffee of the Oklahoma Sooners. Let's start on offense, Coach. Second quarter, this is a fun play. You got a little double pass thrown up here.
Yeah, so we got the little eye candy here, getting Giovanni out here in a 41 set. 4x1, and we throw it behind. It has to be behind the line of scrimmage, behind a backwards pass for the quarterback in order to throw it again. And they just happen to have a really good call on. They're in a Tampa 2, where the safety's over the top for deep balls, the corner's in the flat here, and then you got a middle post player or two that kind of closes the middle of the field. Really, again, a really good defense for this exact call. And what a really cool part of this, and we're blocking up the defenders here to buy him just a little bit of time. Burks does an excellent job of recognizing the coverage with the safety high, and so he sits it down in the hole. And, Giovanni shows his athletic ability, and not something that not certainly how you draw it up, but he does a really good job of having poise here, and throws it to Burks for a positive play of pick up 7 yards there. So really a good job. He really bailed us out there.
As he's going to the ground, I think collectively, oh no.
Yeah.
And look at that. He's parallel to the ground as he lets that go. And it's a nice pass.
It just
threw a spiral to him.
Look how just strong he is, just his ability to do that, man. He's a dude. But a good positive play for us there.
Okay, let's talk a little defense. We're going to go back in time to the first quarter.
Taylor Wine, a couple of nice plays by him.
He's led us. He's played really well this year. He's got 8.5 tackles for loss on the season, which is outstanding. It's very disruptive. His production per play is second on the team, right behind our Mason. Just meaning when I'm in the game, what kind of impact? So we do a production points. There's a lot of things from a statistical standpoint that go into it, but what kind of production does he average? He's just under 2 points per play, which is phenomenal. Here's what they're running here. So here we are. We're in late in the first quarter. We have already stoned a couple of their perimeter screens, something that they really thrive on with a lot of people so far in the game. And so prior to this series, we tell the defense, we draw it up again, and we work this play. They do it different ways, but we worked this play several times this week. We draw it up on the sideline again. The screen and go's coming, okay? And so they got the 4x1 presentation. He's acting like he's blocking, and then he takes off on a wheel route. Reggie Powers, Peyton's coming over for his man. Reggie Powers does a great job of keeping his eye on the hip, and now they're in trouble, okay? And we do a good job. We're squeezing here, so there's no other outlets. He throws it out in the flat, and Taylor does a great job doing exactly what he's supposed to do, and he peels with that back. So here's what we have. Why does he go out here? We have a blitz here with the inside backer here, and we have a little twist game here. And on this particular blitz, the defensive end is responsible for a fast release of the tailback. Okay. So by doing that, we prevent any of the screen game. That's kind of a built into this defensive call where we have every outlet, cornered, and this should be the result, and it was.
He didn't want to get rid of it, but David Stone had him squared up, so he had to throw the football.
No doubt.
Next play, I believe. Taylor Wine again.
Yep. So let's see what we're in here. We're in a Tampa 2. We're in a same exact structure as Texas was on their last play. So it's a little Tampa 2 defense, and they're going to run a screen, and they're one of the best screen games in college football offensively. And so we worked hard on them. Anytime they get to a 41 set, they kind of overload it here and they pull the guard. The screens, all this eye candy's going this way. The screens typically come from the back side of that. And he sniffs it out here, does a really good job of sniffing it out. They started the game with a Y screen, which in all my years playing Texas, that has never happened. And here Taylor does a wonderful job of sniffing it out. Just makes a really good instinctual play right there. And Taylor does that. He plays fast. He has a good, for a young guy that hasn't played a ton of college football, he has a really good feel. He can tell the difference. You're not really trying to block me and protect me. You're trying to deceive me. And a lot of guys think, oh, man, I beat a block, and I'm going to go make the play. Man, you ain't been playing all year. And all of a sudden you come free. Well, he does a good job of, okay, you let me go. There's something going on. And not going to fool me. And so that's just a really heads-up instinctual play. Well coached and well prepared. You saw his coach right there, Coach Chavis, coming out there, giving him the flex and having some fun there, celebrating, some success.
You warned us before the season started that Taylor Wine was coming on, and he was going to be a factor for you this year.
Hey, listen, and this kind of goes in line with really everybody. I told the defense before we got off, the bus last night, we should have had close to 10 sacks last night. And the missed opportunities. I don't want to take away to steal away from his shine, all he's done. He'll be the first to tell you, on the Peyton Bowen pass breakup, in the end zone, we hold him to a field goal there. Should have been a sack. And he goes down the middle of the blocker on the edge, and he'll learn from that. He's supposed to be wide and outside, and the quarterback will be flush. We have a backside blitz with a terrific coverage front side that's going to make the quarterback flush right to you. And so those are some of the hard lessons learned, but he's been fantastic. He's up in the building here right now. He shows up when the coaches do and leaves after the coaches leave. And all the hard work has really paid off. I love his spirit, love his energy, love his motor, super coachable, very humble. Coach Chavis treats him like a little brother, and he receives it really well. Yeah. And it's allowed him to grow exponentially. He's got a chance to have a great, great future.
Taylor Wine and all these guys have their work cut out for him this week,
no doubt.
Trying to get Lenora Sellers to the ground. We're going to talk about the matchup with South Carolina coming up next. You're watching Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life. The Opponent Breakdown is brought to you by One Oklahoma. Powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan-fueled, athlete-focused.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. It's time to look ahead at this week's opponent, the South Carolina Gamecocks. This segment brought to you by One Oklahoma, powered by Sooner Sports Properties, fan-fueled, athlete-focused. Coach, the Sooners have never been to South Carolina, but you have, obviously, with Clemson. You have a good record against these guys, 7-2 overall, 4-1 in Columbia. Good football team and a great atmosphere you're walking into, it sounds like, on Saturday.
Yeah, no doubt. They've done a great job there. They got a crazy fan base, very passionate, which is just amazing. There's 3 million people in the whole state of South Carolina. On any given Saturday, you're going to see 85,000 people in Columbia and in Clemson, South Carolina. I don't know where they come from, but yeah, they got a passionate fan base. Shane's done a great job at galvanizing the fan base, and they do a great job, with their, all the stuff that goes, the pageantry of game day.
Quarterback Lenore Sellers, preseason quarterback of the year, player of the year in the SEC. You got your hands full with this guy.
Yeah, he's a monster. Big, strong, powerful, hard to contain. He's really improved, just as a quarterback, and the leadership, the decision making, the consistency, and he's got big play ability. Can score any time he touches the ball, and they've really improved, around him from a skill standpoint, particularly at receiver. That's probably the biggest, most noticeable difference from where they were a year ago, is the veteran experience and the explosive playmakers they have at receiver.
Got to get up and get after it on Saturday morning. It's an early 11:45 a.m. Central Time kickoff. Coach, good luck. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
go get the
appreciate
Gamecocks. That's Brent Venables. We'll be back and take a look at the highlights from OU Texas next. You're watching Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health.
Thank you to our cornerstone television partners, OU Health, OG&E, Fowler Auto Group, and Coca-Cola. We want to thank all of our Sooner Radio Network affiliates across the state and region. Fans can check out Soonersports.com for an affiliate in your area. And if you're traveling outside the state of Oklahoma, you can listen to all the action on either SiriusXM Radio or download the Varsity Network app and listen free. Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life.
Welcome back to Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. Thanks to the coach for joining us again today. It's now time to take a look back at the highlights of the 121st Red River rivalry. And joining me now, the Sooner Radio broadcast team, Teddy Lehman, Chris Plank, and Gabe Eichert. This is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Always a good time.
Texas trying to sub. They snap. They got an extra guy on the field. Flag flies. Free play. Throw downfield. Caught. Satania. 45. Wrapped up with the 48. The Texas defense asks for the football. He's got it. Fakes the handoff. He'll run. Batir runs left. 50. Bounced it outside. Spun. Hit hard and dropped at the Texas 47.
He got around that left edge. It looked like he was a little more tentative out there in space than we typically see him. Maybe he was trying to find an opportunity to slide there, but turned it upfield and took a big shot. In the middle of the field, one-on-ones on the outside.
Here comes a blitz. Batir rolls right away from it, looks downfield, throws downfield. He's got Dion at the 30, brought down at the 20. The 29, quick throw. Caught by Blaylock out of the backfield, and he rams straight ahead into Michael Taft. Personnel grouping. It's going to be a direct snap to Blaylock. Fakes the handoff, runs left side into a pile, pushing it forward for a yard. That looked Kennedy Brooks-esque. Yeah. For the first points of the game. Snap back, hold down, kick is away, it is up, and it is good. Points right, points left. Approaches the football to the leather. He got all of that one. That is through the end zone, all the way through the end zone. Breaks it quickly into a pistol look. There's the snap, handoff. Weisner runs right, met in the backfield. Can't get away, they drop him for a loss.
It was great penetration there by Grayson Holton. Got that play off its line right away, had to stop, cut back, and by that time, rest of the defense was able to close in on it.
Tough situation here for Arch Manning, who sends the tight end in motion. He throws it out, got the back screen to Wisner, chase to the sidelines. Kendall Daniels there to wrap him up. First third down of the day for Texas. Manning to pass. In the pocket, dumps it to the back. Wisner out of the backfield. Sooners rally up. They wrap him up for a loss.
Great back-to-back plays by Kendall Daniels. You see that link out there, just, 6'5", 240 pounds, playing that cheetah spot.
From Australia, he's a transfer from Utah. There's the snap back. Sategna going to get his first shot of the day. It's returnable. Sategna at the 34, runs right, cuts back left to the 40, met the 45 and dropped there. And the Sooners will get good starting field position. Wisner the back, man in motion, handoff Wisner over the right side, met the backfield, driven back. David Stone says, you sit down. 2-yard loss. Texas goes tempo on 2nd and 12. Play action. Manning rolls left. Under pressure. Lobs downfield too high. In for 3rd and long. Manning, and a flag flies at the snap. This could be an offsides. It's a gain of 2 to Wingo on the wide receiver screen. Faced 59 possessions this year. That is their 28th 3-and-out.
Whoa, there's a bomb.
Punt is away is a good one. Sategna backing up, calls for a fair catch at the 25 and takes it there. Mateer claps his hands, takes the football. They bring a blitz. Mateer backpedaling, throws deep for Kinnick. Intercepted. Intercepted by Malik Muhammad. Safety. Tight end in motion. Manning to throw. Looks right. Looks back left under pressure. Got rid of it. Threw it out. That's caught at the line of scrimmage by Wisner. Turns it up to the 40. Caught from behind by Taylor Wine at the 38. Line in Sooner territory. More in motion. Play action. Manning. Dump down screen. Bam! Taylor Wine all over it. Throws him to the Cotton Bowl turf.
He had us on our heels, going tempo right down the field, and that killed the momentum. Obviously, the yardage backed him up, but
very long field goal range from here. Manning back to pass. Sooners bring 4. Steps up. He's going to run it. Makes a cut at the 40. Hit from behind by R. Mason. Hit hard at the 38. 55-yard try from the right hash. Snap good. Hold is down. Kick is away. It looks to have the distance. It hits the upright. It's no good. He missed it.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life. Game highlights are presented by Riverwind Casino. Always a good time.
2 left. Now Robinson in motion, the back. There's the snap. Mateer back to pass, immediately under pressure. Got rid of it over the middle, and it's caught. Carson Kent took a huge shot and hung on to the football on the logo. Hands it off, running left, Blaylock. Runs into the back, get it away, 45 to the 40. Nice move down to the Texas 37. Gibson in motion, behind Mateer. Mateer throws behind the line of scrimmage to Gibson. Wants to throw it, but he has nobody. Now he throws late. Caught Deion Burks. In the backfield with Mateer for this 2nd and 15. Mateer to throw. 4-man rush. Deck looks, throws short. Caught 25. Oof. That's Helms. Takes a big hit at the 24. Sandell 1 for 1 today. Snap good. Hold is down. Kick is away. It is up, and it is good again. Manning. Handoff. Wisner running right. He's surrounded, but he breaks through, and he's free. Racing toward the 50 into Sooner territory. Chased down from behind by Gentry Williams.
What happens when you get really aggressive against the run? There's no one on the back end.
They hand it to him again, and this time he's tackled for no gain by Kobe McKenzie. That was a 37-yard long 10. We're at 7:35 to go, 2nd quarter. Handoff Clark, runs left. Bam! Boy, he took a shot at the 36. Manning in the shotgun. Clark, the running back. Arch back to pass, under pressure, steps up. Still looking to throw toward the sideline. Does throw late, caught at the 25. That's a first down. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff, looks in zone, pulls it down, now throws back of the end zone, and he threw it away. Didn't have anybody, and Arch threw it away. In the shotgun this time, Manning. Moore comes back to the right. Manning looks that way. Now he's under pressure. Flush to the right. Manning directing traffic. Look in zone. Throw in zone. Knocked away. Peyton Bowen knocked it down. It's 4th down. What a play by Peyton Bowen.
I was really worried about the announcers' jinx with those red zone percentages, Toby, but it's just been an area where Texas has struggled. And Gabe, we were talking with Nate Dreiling about those scramble plays. Oklahoma defense held up all there.
Extra point here for Mason Shipley from the left hash. And the kick is up and good. Set. Blaylock the back. He goes in motion. John throws left side. Keontae Lewis crouching grab at the 30 for a first down pitch and catch 5 yards. Cincinnati in motion. There's the snap to throw. Under pressure. Throws late back across the middle. A nice grab out at the 39. Deion Burks right on the turf for a 10-yard gain.
That's a really nice catch by Burks. Goes really low to make that play. That's the old mesh with the dig in behind it.
First and 10 from their own 39 for the Sooners. Mateer, handoff Blaylock. Up the middle across the 40. Breaks free. 45. Near midfield out to the 49. Has the football. Fakes the handoff. Runs it himself. Has a blocker. Turns it up midfield into Texas territory. Dives forward. Mateer with his legs for 10 yards. From the Texas 45, 90 seconds to go. Mateer, quick throw over the middle. Diving grab for the first down. Deion Burks on the slant pattern for 6 to the 39. Blaylock now sent out with the pass catchers. Quick throw underneath. Screen to Satania at the line of scrimmage. Broke free. 35 up to the 31-yard line. It's 10 seconds to go. Snap. Mateer to throw. Rolls right. Looking deep. Lets it fly for the end zone for Burks. He's picked off.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. It's always a good time. OU Fan Shop. The best place to gear up for game day is shop.soonersports.com. Sooner Kids Club. Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Kids Club presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Devon Energy. Game highlights are presented by Riverwind Casino. Always a good time.
Double tight ends right into the line. There's the snap. Play action again. Manning under pressure. Hit! Boy, R. Mason almost knocked the ball loose, but he got the sack.
Really good job. He ran the hoop all the way around the outside and had that tackle, just hanging on him. Showed great strength and great power to get there to Manning. Almost jarred that ball loose.
3 wide receivers set. 3rd and 8. Got a free play. Flag down. Sooners offside. Manning got rid of it to Wisner, who broke free. 45-yard line. He's at midfield. He's got the first down into Sooner territory before he's finally brought down. The All-State logo. 1st and 10 Texas. Manning hands to Wisner. Sweeping right. Cuts it up. 45. 40. Stopped there, but a gain of 9 more on the ground for Trey Wisner.
Get some offensive linemen up to the second level.
2nd and 1. Wisner turns it up, has the first down across the 35. Tight pistol look. Manning's got it. Fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Under pressure. Rolling right. Throws late. It is caught and dropped. That'll be a loss of a yard. The tight end Washington at the 12. Manning all alone in the backfield. Back to pass. Looks left. Throws across the middle for the end zone. Wide open. Back of the end zone. DeAndre Moore. Touchdown. Ryan Niblett deep to receive. There's the boot. Line drive. It'll bounce at the 35. Takes a Sooner bounce 30. 25. Goes by Niblett. 20. 15. Still rolling all the way down to the 11-yard line. Late flag. There's a 7 from the 8. Has it. Gonna throw. Looks left. Does. Wings it out far side. Reaching. Nope. Not free.
Nice
Incomplete. Cortland Guillory in the game, I think, for the first time. Sooners acting like they're bringing pressure. They only bring 3. Rolling right, flush, throws late across downfield. Great catch is made. Entire third quarter so far. Play action, Manning.
There's the push.
Under pressure, lobs it out to the left, just threw it away, incomplete. Just trips left, 1 right. Manning's got it. Straight drop. Dumps it out to Wisner. 1-on-1 on the perimeter. Got away from the first guy. Got away from the second. First down to the 40. Cuts back. Met at midfield by Robert Spears-Jennings and finally brought down. In the shotgun. In motion goes Moore. Fake handoff. Manning runs it himself left side. Easy first down and slides down.
Quarterback pulls it. It's effective.
Handoff Gibson on the quick snap. Met in the backfield. Big loss this time.
Point with this momentum they've got.
Niblett in motion. Manning fake handoff. Lobs it out to Niblett. Caught behind the line of scrimmage and tackled One-handed tackle, Reggie Powers.
Really nice play by Reggie Powers. He reads it, balls out quick after the play action. He spikes and comes downhill. Makes a really nice one-on-one tackle there in space.
Kicking into the OU end of the Cotton Bowl. Snap back. Hold down. Boot is away, and it is through. Overload right on this first snap. Mateer going to throw right side. Caught. Burke spins away. Upfield 35. He's to the 40. Outside 45 and out of bounds.
Good job there. Man-to-man coverage. We get it out quick to Burks, who's coming back to the football, helping create a little bit of space from that defender, and spins out of that first tackle.
Mateer. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Runs it himself. All kinds of room. He's to the 40. Flag behind the play. Mateer down the sidelines. 20, 15, and pushed out of bounds. But there's a flag down in the offensive backfield. Play here. Asks for the football. He's got it. They bring blitz. Throws across the middle. Through the hands of Satania. Intercepted. On the run and tackled at the 44-yard line. Grayson Littleton. Snap from the 44, handoff, running left. Weisner spinning out, leaps. David Stone planted it, hit him hard. The true freshman at running back. Tight end in motion, handoff Simon up the middle, nothing going. He lost a yard. Now brings him back into the backfield. Looks left, slings it out to the left. That's caught by Wingo behind the line of scrimmage. Caught by David Stone from behind at the 38. Snap high. Hold down, kick is away. It looks short. It's way short. He missed it. He missed it. Snap back to him. There's the kick. Spiraling kick toward the near sideline. Nibble it over. Caught it at the 25. Up the left sideline. 40. 45 midfield. Down the sidelines. He's free, and there he goes. Ryan Niblett, a punt return touchdown. Could be the backbreaker. Mateer takes the snap, looks left, throws across the middle, got a man. Midfield, that's Giovanni Gibson.
We just win on a nice route.
Sooners tempo. Mateer again back to pass. Across the middle, dumps to Xavier Robinson, 45 to the 40. Still rumbling, first down to the 35 before he's finally stopped. Trips to the boundary. Mateer back to pass, looks left. He'll run, 35, 30. Out of bounds at the 28. 4th and 22. Mateer. Flushed left, throws late and incomplete. Jaron Cannon couldn't see it. He lost it in the sun. Manning, 3rd and 3. Snap. Arch Manning keeps it. Runs left side, has the first down into Sooner territory. Down the sidelines, Manning, and he slides down around the 25. Timeout. Moore in motion. Handoff Weisner, and this time they squash him in the backfield for a loss. Snap back. Hold down. Kick is away, and it is good.
But I think you roll with it.
Mateer throws left side. Cannon caught it out of the backfield. Upended around the 34 for a gain of 9. He's been quiet today. 27-yard line. Mateer gets rid of it quickly to Satania on the edge. Weaves his way 35. Still on his feet 40. Breaks another tackle 45. Pushing his way near the first down marker out to the 48. What a run is right. Mateer takes the snap, handoff Blaylock, first down to the 50, into Texas territory, down to the 45. Blaylock the back, got to get it to the 35. Mateer, straight drop. Now he'll roll right, looking, surrounded, sacked. That's the ball game.
Thank you for watching this week's edition of Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health. Next up, the Sooners head east to take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. Again, kickoff at 11:45 a.m. Central Time next Saturday. And we'll see you back here next Sunday on Sooner Football with Brent Venables. Boomer Sooner, everybody.